I'm from Queens. I'm from lower income apartments. I love being brown. I love rapping, and this is who I am. I knew hip hop was gonna be the love of my life. I was like 9 years old and in Astoria, and my father took me to like a Bengali deli, and in there was a bunch of like CDs and cassettes of just mad Bollywood or Bengali, music. And then there's this one tape of DMX, It's Dark and Hell is Hot. I'm listening to it and I heard Rough Riders Anthem. That was the first thing I've ever heard, like rap-wise. And I lost my mind. And I was like, this is like the best thing I've ever heard in my life. I felt cool. I was like walking down the street like I meant something. I naturally have a more Eastern melodic tones because of the fact that I grew up listening to Bengali music and Bollywood music and things like that. With world music being more attainable and streaming being able to let people hear the sounds of Afrobeat culture and dancehall and things like that. For me, the production is where I start. And so if I want to introduce somebody to a South Asian, rhythm or a pattern, I'll bring it through a drum or like a tabla or like something like that. And I'll be like, let's bring you in like this and let me show you what that is. And also through my melodies.
Posted in the parking lot, looking for Habibi.
I'm just as much as I am a Queens dude, as much as I am, of Bengali heritage. And finding that thread was just age and time. I've had people sit in meetings and be like, I literally don't know how to market you, and that's not your fault, it's just it's never happened. I don't know where to put you, I don't know where to place you. There's no point of reference here. It's literally like, all right, let's just figure it out. This is just a part of what I need to do. It was hard enough for black folks to get it this far to begin with, so I ain't gonna be here complaining. I'm just gonna do what I need to do and make sure I do it well. Am I only brown? Am I only an immigrant and Bengali? Because there's way more to me. Is that a conversation that ever happens after that? Like most interviews I do and stuff like that, it'll be like, oh, this Bengali guy, brown guy, and identity is super important, which it absolutely is, and it's super important to me. But outside of that is like, can we dig deeper? But right now, we haven't had enough people that's been on camera or even shown to be like, hey, what's your favorite ice cream, man? I don't think I've ever got asked that in my life. It's not anyone's fault. It's just like, those are the things that come with identity, right? Or the questions of identity, where it's like, it's important to know where you're from and who you are and how you're being represented. But are you more than that outside of that? And what does that look like? My greatest aspiration is definitely providing a voice, right? Being able to, normalize me as a person. It's just about like providing that, that side of and that layer of brown America and what that looks like. I think I'm naturally just trailblazing because I'm doing this, and I have, I'm blessed enough to be on platforms like this and talk to you guys about it. Coming from where I'm from, I didn't even know how long I was gonna live, honestly. That's just what it is with the person of color in this country, like I had no expectations when it came to anything. My parents are from the village. They're not even from like the city of Bangladesh. Never would I have thought that like my parents would go from that to being here. From that, I never would have thought that I would have went from, being raised in Queens and doing what I was doing and being able to leave outside of the 8 blocks that I was raised in. I went back to Bangladesh recently. My father's brother's son, right? So like my first cousin, really my brother, if anything. I took him to a hookah bar and got some sodas, and that was the first time he's tried ginger ale in his life. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like 23. To know that and know that could have been my life. You know what I'm saying? If we just stayed there and I would have just been in the village and never had ginger ale in my life, that could have been a complete possibility for me, because that's literally my father's brother's son, And so, yeah, I never thought I'd be here. So I'm glad I am, though.
What is your favorite ice cream?
Vanilla.
Visible is the new way to think about phone service. Just $40 a month, all in for unlimited messages, minutes, and data. All on Verizon's 4G LTE network. No hidden fees, no annual contracts. When you think the future of phone service, think Visible.